It's like 5 a.m. My kids are gonna both be home from school today, and if I'm gonna write it all today, it's gotta be now because my son has COVID. Good morning and welcome to my writing life. My son is home, I'm quarantining as well. I have to get out of the house, but I can't go to somewhere public, so I'm gonna show you where I go. It sometimes feels like writing and parenting are in conflict. This year, I'm going to change that by looking back to what has worked in the past. I'm on the top of a mountain, peeking through the forest. I was planning on showing you the sunrise up here because it is gorgeous, and you can't see it because the rain is coming down like all hell right now. And the weather isn't cooperating. So instead, you're gonna watch my beautiful face. Parenting and writing come into conflict in my life if I don't intentionally find ways for them to synergize. Synergize? Oh, I feel so corporate and gross. So I'm trying to figure out what can I do to choose writing. We all thrive when I make that choice. 2017 and 2018 were my best writing years. That's when I was most happy in my writing process, and that's when I accomplished the most. It's also when I was healthiest. And I know that writing was a really big part of being that healthy. So I kind of want to replicate some of the way that I worked in 2017. Steal a couple of elements from sleep hygiene as a concept and apply it to writing. You have a fixed wake-up time. Weekends, weekdays, doesn't matter. You're always going to wake up at the same time. That's very healthy for your body and it creates a really nice rhythm. The same thing is true for writing. Having a fixed writing window is very helpful, and in 2017, I nailed it. I was awake at 5 a.m. almost every day, if not every day, and I wrote until about 7, and then I started the day and I took care of my kids all day. Writing first thing in the morning is as essential as putting pants on. Clothing in general. Something else that's recommended in order to get better sleep at night is to not nap. I find something similar to be true with writing. I know that I write best when I don't play with my writing the rest of the day. Thinking about my story and like trying to capture notes here and there when I have something else that I have to think about and focus on. When I'm doing something like gardening, that doesn't really require any of my brain, so it's easy for me to dictate while I'm doing something like that. I think it's neuroplasticity. I think it has to do with that concept of neurons that fire together, wire together. But the idea is when I'm thinking about something else and I'm kind of sort of playing with my writing at the same time, I bring whatever that is into my next dedicated writing session. Doing my budget, and then I switch to doing writing while I'm waiting for Anthony to come downstairs and we discuss something. And then I switch back to my budget once he's downstairs. The next morning, I'm gonna be thinking about my budget when I'm trying to write my book. Unplug from electronics, that one's pretty cut and dry. At this point, the ideas surrounding distraction and dopamine addiction to your phone are ubiquitous, so I don't really need to repeat them here. Everybody knows that smartphones are bad for your attention and bad for your deep focus. So go do your own research if you want more information on that. Don't toss and turn. If you get in bed and you're trying to fall asleep, but 20 minutes later you find that you're not able to rest, they actually say you should get up, you should stretch, maybe drink some water, sit in a dark room for a few minutes and do something restful that's conducive to sleep. And then after a quick break of trying to do that, get back in your bed and try sleeping again. That separates the restlessness from the attempt that you're trying to make. And the same thing happens when you're writing. If you're sitting down, you're trying to focus, and your brain has all this other crap going on, and you can't just settle in and do it, stand up, stretch, walk across the room. If you're in your car like me, sometimes I'm like, it's just not working, and I have to clean out my car. I'll stop what I'm doing, and I'll try to focus on something else for a little bit, and I'll come back to writing. Perhaps my favorite element of sleep hygiene is the concept of an opportunity window. You create a window for your sleep time that doesn't exactly match the amount of time you need to sleep. If you need 7 hours of sleep, be in your bed for 7.5. In the same way that you create a sleep opportunity window, create a writing opportunity window. I want to write about 2 hours a day. I plan to get up at 5, but I'm not coming home until probably 8. If you create the opportunity for a little bit more than the actual goal, you'll end up hitting your goal more often. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I will catch you next time. Bye. It's an Oregon winter. What was I thinking? No, I'm not coming down with anything. Shut up. You're getting sick.